And a very happy Thursday. Welcome to another edition of Major League Baseball here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. My name is Justin. I'll be giving you guys the pregame show, leading you guys up between today's matchup of the Cleveland Guardians and the Minnesota Twins. I did a broadcast last night between the Phillies and the Mets, and I expected to have call the Mets game 3 of the series back on earlier today. Things got changed around. Had to get a couple of things done, so it moved it back to this perfect timing for the Guardians and the Twins. First pitch scheduled at 7:40. Today's pregame show is given to you thanks to StreamYard Studios. Create podcasts, videos, host virtual business meetings, and conduct interviews at StreamYard.com. Check out their free version today. Well, on our pregame show today, we will break down what has happened in the previous series among both the Cleveland Guardians and the Minnesota Twins, as they both met each other earlier this month in Cleveland. Back at the beginning of May, the Guardians took 2 of 3, and they look to go to Target Field this evening. Game 1 of a 4-game series tonight. The Guardians, in this case, come in tonight's game 25-30. They are currently third in the AL Central, as the Minnesota Twins, hosting the Guardians, come into tonight's in the AL Central. The AL Central looks currently like this. And I just have all my paperwork scattered around. The Minnesota Twins currently have a 2-game lead in the division over the Detroit Tigers, coming in second place. The Guardians are in third with 3.5 games back. They've been playing 500 baseball over the last 10 games. The Chicago White Sox are in fourth place, 7 games back of the division. And then you have the Kansas City Royals, 17-39, 12 games back. They're playing 3 of 7 as of late. Today's pregame show, what do we have lined up for you today? We'll get you a look at the pitching matchup tonight. Who's going to get the nod on the mound for both the Guardians and the Twins? We'll also take a look at the entire weekend series coming up ahead between these two teams as they get ready to have themselves a great weekend going on along. A lot of giveaways tonight. Tonight is Minnesota is the Twins it's Twins water bottle giveaway by Pintar. So attendance in tonight's ball game will receive a Minnesota Twins water bottle presented by Pintar. All right, let's take a break. When we come on back, we're going to give you a whole look, a couple of news stories, highlights, everything that you need to know around Major League Baseball, scoring updates of this afternoon, as well as a look into details of the lineups and all that fun, good stuff here. So thank you guys for tuning in to the TNC Sports Talk pregame show here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel.
Inside your bedroom, we stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm. Physical silence, no need to speak a word, laying here beside me. Don't wanna
Well, welcome on back here to the TNC Sports Talk pregame show here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. My name is Justin, and we will get ready for tonight's broadcast of the Cleveland Guardians, 25 and 30, third place in the AL Central, taking on the Minnesota Twins, 29 and 27, first place in the AL Central. First pitch scheduled at 7:40 here, coming up in about 20 minutes as we get you guys ready. The pitching matchup, a first look, is going to be right for the Cleveland Guardians. We have right-handed pitcher Tanner Bibee, who's 1-for-1 and a 2.88 ERA. As we have right-handed pitcher Pablo Lopez, 3-for-3, 4.11 ERA with 81 strikeouts on the record. The Cleveland Guardians picked up a victory yesterday in Baltimore. They had a quick 3-game road trip. They began their road trip in Baltimore earlier this week. They picked up Monday's victory 5-0. They dropped Tuesdays to the Orioles 8-5. And then they came back to pick a getaway day yesterday. Final score 12-8. The Cleveland Guardians will go on to face the Twins on the road and wrap up this road stands over the weekend. They'll have Monday off before heading home to face the Red Sox and the Astros next week. The Minnesota Twins, on the other hand, they ended up went on the road on a quick 3-game road trip to Houston, taking 2 of 3 with a 8-2 victory yesterday. Last night, a matter of fact. They will host the Guardians on a 4-game homestands before having Monday off and heading on the road to Tampa Bay. The Cleveland Guardians finished off the month of May 12 and 15, as well as the Minnesota Twins, as they look to start positive ways here in the month of June. As I mentioned, the AL Central standings look like this. The Minnesota Twins leading first place, 29 and 27, 2 games above the Detroit Tigers at 26 and 28. The Guardians are in third place, 3.5 games back, 25 and 30. The White Sox are 23 and 35 with 7 games back, and the Kansas City Royals are 17 and 39, 12 games back. The Minnesota Twins come into today's game with 1-game winning streak, 4-6 over the last 10, 16 and 12 at home. For the Guardians, they're playing 500 baseball with the 1-game winning streak. They are 13 and 5 on the road, and they are 14 and 17 against 500 greater baseball teams this season. Throughout the AL Central, throughout the week, the Los Angeles Angels took 2 of 3 against Chicago White Sox on the road. Kansas City Royals split the series against the St. Louis Cardinals, beating them on Memorial Day 7-0, falling short on Tuesday 2-1. And the Texas Rangers took 2 of 3 over the Detroit Tigers throughout the week, picking up game 1 and 2, and then the Tigers won game 3. A weekend series, other than the Minnesota Twins and the Guardians games, the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox will square underway Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Colorado is headed over to Kansas City for a 3-game road trip over there. Take a look at this weekend's matchup. Tonight is Twins water bottle giveaway presented by Pintar. Then we have tomorrow's game time, 8:10's first pitch. It's going to be available on Apple TV as we have Aaron Civale up for the Guardians. He's 1-1 with the 2.84 ERA. Minnesota Twins will have Bailey O'Burr, 3-2 with the 2.68 ERA. Friday night's game in Minnesota is co-branded Prince Anthology T-shirt giveaway night. On Saturday, first pitch is 7:15. Cleveland Guardians Logan Allen will get the nod for the mound. He's 2-2 with the 2.72 ERA. Sonny Gray is 4-0 for the Twins with a 1.94 ERA. Now, Saturday's game will be a Joe Ryan bobblehead doll giveaway. And then last but not least, on Sunday, first pitch is set 3:10 East, all Eastern time, by the way. The Guardians have not announced the starting pitcher for Sunday's ball game, but the Minnesota Twins will have Joe Ryan scheduled. He's 7-2 with the 2.77 ERA. Sunday is a kids arm sleeve getaway day for Sunday. All right, let's take a look around the major leagues. What is going on today as we get ready for game time? A couple games have concluded here this afternoon. We'll kick things off. The Toronto Blue Jays defeated the Milwaukee Brewers 3-1. The New York Mets picked up the series sweep over the Philadelphia Phillies with a final score of 4-2. It was announced that it was a Scherzer and Mark Canha day once again for Mark Canha, having a 2-run home run. The San Diego Padres annihilated the Miami Marlins to pick up the series, final score 10-1. The Padres, who lost the Bally Sports deal rights, have switched over to their own network back on Channel 4 San Diego on Fox. And then you have the Arizona Diamondbacks, who beat the Colorado Rockies, final score 5-4. Games getting underway. The Cincinnati Reds looking to win the series over the Boston Red Sox, up 2-1. As they are just getting underway in the bottom of the first inning, we're getting ready for the Cleveland Guardians and the Minnesota Twins. And then last but not least, a 8:10 start time between the Angels and the Houston Astros. That is your out-of-town scoreboard here. You guys can check all that wonderful information on MLB.com. All right, let's step aside. When we come on back, we will give you a little deeper analysis into the pitching lineup. Also, some news lingering around Major League Baseball. All-Star votes have opened up. We'll tell you all about that coming up next. Listening to the TNC Sports Talk pregame show on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me.
Well, welcome on back here to the TNC Sports Talk pregame show. Thanks to StreamYard Studios, create podcast videos, host virtual business meetings, and even conduct interviews. Check out their free version today at StreamYard.com. Would also like to give a big shout out to Canva, who creates the presentation of the commercial breaks and the local ads that we display here on the channel. Would also like to give a big thank you to MLB.com that provides all the news, highlights, and scores of tonight's ball game. Like we said, we're getting ready for tonight's ball game between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Guardians, Tanner Bibee and Pablo Lopez. For these two pitchers, we have Tanner Bibee for the Cleveland Guardians, right-handed pitcher. He last pitched back on the 27th of May versus the St. Louis Cardinals. He went 6 innings, giving up 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. For the Minnesota Twins, Pablo Lopez last pitched on the 27th of May versus the Toronto Blue Jays. He won the game, moving to 3-3. He pitched 5 2/3 of an inning, giving up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Last 7 games, Lopez has pitched 2-2 with the 5.87 ERA. Team leaders will have team leaders. Just a quick highlight: no batting average for the Cleveland Guardians. Jose Ramirez batting .277. Josh Naylor has 8 home runs, also with 40 leads with the 40 RBI. Stephen Kwan with 10 stolen bases, tied with Miles Straw. Shane Bieber, has 4 wins, 17 saves with Emmanuel Claus. ERA is 3.72 with Shane Bieber and 53 strikeouts as well. The Minnesota Twins have leading Byron Buxton with batting average is 321. We also has the most runs with 31. And then Joey Gallo has 11 home runs. Joe Ryan has 7 wins. Sonny Gray has the lowest ERA with the ball club, 1.94, and Pedro Lopez has the most strikeouts with 81. That is your pitching analyst for tonight's ball game. A couple key notes before we head to the ball game. The All-Star ballots voting is just underway as of yesterday. It launched phase 1 of this year's All-Star voting. During phase 1, fans around the world can choose their starters until noon Eastern on Thursday, June 22nd. You can vote as many up to 5 times per every 24-hour period exclusively at MLB.com on all 30 MLB club sites and on the MLB app. The top 2 votes getters at each position and each league will be revealed onto the MLB network at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 22nd. The leading vote getter in each league will receive an automatic spot for their team starting lineup, while the other top voter getters will advance to phase 2 of voting. So you guys can vote now and choose your favorite player to represent at this year's All-Star game, July 11th at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. All right, that will conclude our pregame show. Be sure to tune in to us after the game and check out the post-game show. Giving you thanks to StreamYard Studios. Want to give a big shout out if you guys are watching us on YouTube. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Be sure to have those notifications on so you don't miss a single episode. If you guys are tuning us in on Facebook and on Twitter, we want to thank you. Welcome, like it, and share it with a friend. Join us in because the Cleveland Guardians and the Minnesota Twins play next here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Well, it is a beautiful afternoon at Target Field, and what a great way to kick off a four-game series other than tonight, kicking off a new month of baseball in the month of June. Hi, everyone. Justin here, getting you guys ready to call the Cleveland Guardians and the Minnesota Twins. Tonight's going to be a good matchup as we have right-handed pitcher Tanner Bibee on the mound for the Guardians, and we will also have Pablo Lopez, who is 3 for 3 with a 4.1 ERA, taking the mound for the Minnesota Twins. The Guardians come into today's game 25 and 30, third in the AL Central, as the Twins come in 29 and 27, leaving that first place in the American League Central. Both teams had a victory yesterday as the Cleveland Guardians beat the Baltimore Orioles on the road 12-8, and the Minnesota Twins beat the Houston Astros, final score 8-2. And all I can say is that this is whenever we get a good divisional rivalry game, this is what we're excited for. This is what we're going to get, what we're looking forward to as well. And we have a weekend's worth of actions we'll talk about in tonight's game. As tonight is the Twins water bottle giveaway from Pintar. Okay, if you're headed to the game tonight, you head to and get yourself a water bottle. All right, as a beautiful night goes, we will get you guys all the lineups and the first page, giving you all the details heading into today's game right here on the channel. So sit tight, grab the popcorn, the drinks, and get comfortable, because the Twins and the Guardians play here next on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Alrighty, we are ready for some Major League Baseball action tonight between the Cleveland Guardians and the Minnesota Twins. Today is the broadcast is thanks to StreamYard Studios, create podcasts, videos, host virtual business meetings, and even conduct interviews. Check out their free version at StreamYard.com. Current game time temperature is 85 degrees, partly cloudy. Nothing looks currently clear skies at the moment. There is about 12-mile wind per hour moving from right to left here at Target Field. As the Minnesota Twins take the field, we will get to you the starting lineup for the Guardians, penciled in by manager Terry Francona. Leading things off in left field will be Stephen Kwan. Batting second at shortstop is Ahmed Rosario. Third base at batting third is Jose Ramirez. Andres Jimenez is batting cleanup. He'll be playing second base. The designated hitter batting fifth is Josh Bell. Batting sixth at first base is Gabriel Arias. Will Brennan will be playing right field, batting seventh. Doing the catching for the Guardians. Batting eighth is Mike Zunino, excuse me. And batting ninth, the center fielder is Miles Straw. The pitcher for today's ball game is going to be for the Minnesota Twins is Pedro Lopez. As a four-seam fastball, sweeper, changeup, sinker, curveball. Runs 6 values. Fourth in the Major League in the MLB. Last game he pitched was back on May 27th against the Toronto Blue Jays. Picked up a victory there, went 5 2/3 of an inning, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts allowed. So it's going to be an interesting ball game. Game 1 of a 4-game series just getting ready, underway as things are set. Jorge Polanco is back in the lineup today after being reinstated from the 10-day IL. Get you around the horn and a look at the Minnesota's defense in just a moment. But here's today's umpires. Home plate, calling the balls and strike is Ryan Addington. First base is Dan Merzel. Second base is Lance Barksdale. And third base is Will Little. Lopez is ready and sets and delivers. And we are underway with the first pitch strike. Game times. Local there is 6:41 p.m. Here's the 0-1 count. It's on the outside. This is how the defense looks up for the Minnesota Twins from left to right is Joey Gallo, Michael A. Taylor, and Max Kepler. At third base is Royce Lewis, followed by Carlos Carrera. Jorge Polanco is at second with the swing and a miss for Stephen Kwan. And it's 1-2. Alex Kirilloff will be playing first place. They're doing the catching. It's Christian Vasquez. Here's the 1-2 count to Kwan. This is popped up infield over there behind second base where Carrera will get to it for out number 1. 1 away. Well, it's going to be interesting in today's ball game. I think of the first thing that comes to mind, and what comes to mind is the whole being able to steal. As the first pitch to Rosario's in there, called for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Rosario comes into today's game, 233 with a home run, 13 RBIs, and 8 stolen bases. He's averaging 178 on the road. This is a swing and a miss, and Rosario's down 0-2. I was looking at the list today that about 44 combined stolen bases among the Cleveland Guardians starting lineup. As the 0-2 pitch is on the outside, it goes 1-2. I think the AL Central is one of the divisions that gets overlooked quite often, as this one's fouled back. Minnesota Twins led the AL Central last season for a good amount of the season before dropping out of first place to the Guardians. Here's the 1-2. That's up high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And I think most of the time, I mean, if I look at this and, one of the, more, less divisions that we talk about is the AL and NL Central. This is fouled off Rosario's foot. Redo 2-2. And, I think the NL Central was quite interesting last year, although the records on both sides, American League and National League, says otherwise. I look at it as an opportunity, and I like the opportunity. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This one's fouled back. Yesterday, we broadcasted the Phillies and the Mets. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This is line to third to Royce. Those are over to first and 2 away. Jose Ramirez is coming up, batting 277 with the six home runs, 29 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. Top of the first inning, nobody, 2 outs. The Cleveland Guardians, gray tops, gray bottoms. First pitch is down in the dirt with the red letterings, as the Minnesota Twins has the navy blue tops, solid white bottoms, and the white Minnesota letterings. This one swing a foul tip. Something that Minnesota's changed last year is the uniforms. Here's the 1-1 count. This is popped up out to right field. Shallow right coming in is Kepler, and he'll make the grab. 1, 2, 3 go the Guardians. The Twins come up to bat. You guys are listening to Major League Baseball here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. As we head to the bottom of the first inning for the Minnesota Twins to line up and bat, here's a lineup penciled in by Rocco Bardelli. Batting first and second base is the returning Jorge Polanco. Batting second at first base is Alex Kirilloff. Batting third at shortstop is Carlos Carrera. Byron Buxton will bat at fourth to do the designated hitting. And right field is Max Kepler. At third base is Royce Lewis. First pitch into Polanco is outside for a ball. Outside called for a strike, 0-1. Left field is Joey Gallo. Center field is Michael Taylor. And batting ninth is the catcher, Christian Vasquez. This one's on the outside. It's 1-1. Polanco coming back from a injury, batting 284. 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. Here's the pitch on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. More of a righty-lefty matchup for the Twins to begin the series. They faced each other at the beginning of May. Here's the 2-1 on the outside. It's 3-1. And Cleveland took the series at home. And with the new schedule, with every team facing each other at least once in the season. Here's the 3-1. It's popped up left field for Stephen Kwan, out number 1. With a new schedule for Major League Baseball, now it puts, and every team has to face all 29 other teams. That means less games against your division. Minnesota Twins, Cleveland Guardians only meet 2 more times at the end of August and September. Here's the first pitch to Kirilloff, batting 314. Takes first pitch, for a strike. One out, nobody on, bottom of the first inning. The 0-1 pitch lined right to short for Ahmed Rosario. Throw over to first and 2 away. Defensive positions for the Guardians tonight's ball game. Left field is Stephen Kwan. Center field is Miles Straw. Will Brennan is in right field. Third base is Jose Ramirez. Ahmed Rosario at short. Andres Jimenez at second. At first base, Gabriel Arias and Mike Zunino will be catching behind the plate for Shane Bieber as the first pitch is down low for a ball. And it's Tanner Bibee, my mistake. I get those two mixed up all the time. The 1-0 pitch is down low, same spot in there for a ball. Tanner Bibee last pitched on May 27th versus the Cardinals. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. Here's a 2-0. This one's popped up. Center field going back to the warning track is going to be Miles Straw to make the grab. 1, 2, 3, go the Twins. We played 1, no score, here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Welcome back to Major League Baseball here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. I want to give a big shout out to StreamYard Studios, create a podcast, videos, host virtual business meetings, and conduct interviews. All thanks to StreamYard.com. Check out their free version today by heading over to StreamYard.com for more information. 3-4-5 due up here in the top of the second inning, scoreless, as we will see Naylor, Bell, and Jimenez. As Lopez sets and the first pitch swinging, fly ball popped up left field side coming into his third baseman. Can't get to it as Ramirez. Heading into second, sliding as safely is Jimenez. And there's a leadoff double there. And that was a nice running play by Royce Lewis trying to get to the ball. Ended up sticking into the ground, taking up some of that grass in that area. Third base umpire Will Little trying to put it back together. All third, short, and left field coming in. And it looked like Lewis ended up going down and his right knee hitting the ground, pulled up that dirt with that grass patch. So it's going to be a double to left. And a runner's on second for Josh Bell. Josh Bell, 224, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs. Was traded to the Padres last season at the trade deadline. as the 0-1 pitch is fouled off. It's 0-2. Was with the Padres made it all the way through the NLCS before getting eliminated by the Phillies, became free agent during the offseason, signed with the Guardians. And time is called by Josh Bell. Nobody out, a runner on second, top of the second inning here. Josh Bell and Gabriel Arias is next. And this is a Guardians team looking at how, hey, we're already past 2 months. We got to find a way to, get back on top of this division as this one's chopped foul. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's, I know the cliche saying it's not how you start, but how you finish. But the Guardians have really put that to the test the last couple of years. This one is fouled back also. Now remains 0-2. Minnesota, this is that clear image. Is Minnesota, I think, has a bigger edge this season on trying to figure out how they can complete the year on top. 2-game lead over the Tigers as check swings. Checks with the third base umpire. Will Little says he went around for the first out. That was on the inside corner. Bell tried to hold up. Pablo Lopez has an 8.18 ERA alone in the first inning. The rest of the game, he throws under 3.5. Here's the first pitch to Arias. It's inside for a ball. Andres Jimenez on at second to a leadoff double. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's in the dirt. Check. Arias went around. It's 1-1. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also have those notifications on so you don't miss a single episode or a ball game called right here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Arias. This is chopped foul. It's 1-2. It's our third game this week that we called. Enjoying these ball games. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them too. Trying to mix it up a little bit, called the Pirates and the Giants on Memorial Day, where the Giants beat the Pirates. Mets and Phillies last night. Here's a throwback to second. Diving in headfirst safely is Jimenez. Jimenez has 7 stolen bases. The Guardians are definitely not afraid to steal. And kind of looking forward to that in tonight's game. See the base running aggressiveness by the Guardians. This pitch is outside. The count goes 2-2. Mets beat the Phillies last night 4-1. Good ball game. Mark Canha drove in all 4 runs. 4 RBI night. Ended up picking up the victory tonight. Here's the 2-2 swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. 2 down. Well, back-to-back strikeouts. You can look at it however you want to look at it with the first batter. Lewis didn't get to it in time, and either did Gallo, but, being able to prevent this runner in scoring position to coming around to score is a huge deal for Minnesota to get. It's going to be who's going to get on the base first, as the first pitch is first pitch into Brennan is a swing and a miss, batting .231, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs on the season. Here's the 0-1. It's a swing and a miss again, 0-2. The Mets went for the sweep today. And it was a good sweep. 3-0 against Phillies. Your own divisional rivalry. There's the 0-2. This one's chopped out. On the third base side, it's 0-2. And the way I would consider this, you come into this series, NL Central divisional game or series, all for the entire weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You don't want to split. You can't really afford a split. I mean, this is how much it could go around. I mean, Minnesota could drop all 4 as the 0-2 pitch is fouled off again. I mean, they're only 3.5 games back. They sweep if Cleveland comes in and sweeps Minnesota on the road, they could potentially wind up at the end of the weekend in first place. What a way to kick off the month of June. This one's a chop fouled again. 0-2 to Will Brennan. Guardians right fielder. Andres Jimenez on that second, 2 away. Top of the second inning, scoreless. Here's the 0-2 way outside, 1-2. Minnesota trying to find a way. Both teams finished off the month of May 12-15. Here's the 1-2. This is line drive into the gap of center field. Left center field coming around to score is Jimenez. And it's going to be a 2-out RBI single for Will Brennan to give the Guardians out front 1-0. Well, this is a 2-out protection here. Hung a little over the plate, split the gap along the left field side and got into left center field. And you know, with the speed of Jimenez, he's coming around to score. As the first pitch into Zunino, it's called for a strike. Guardians up front 1-0. Zunino batting 194 tonight. He has 3 home runs. It's a home run team for both clubs. Runner on first, 2 away. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is chopped right back up the middle. For second baseman, Polanco throws it over to first, and he'll make the grab. A run's in and a run stranded. Guardians lead 1-0 here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. It's going to be a fun weekend in Minnesota. Bottom of the second inning as the Twins are up front, are trailing 1-0. A fun weekend in Minnesota as tonight is Twins water bottle giveaway presented by Pintar. Doesn't just start there. First pitch to Brett Buxton. It's in there, called for a strike. Friday and tomorrow night's game. First pitch is scheduled for 8:10 Eastern Standard Time. Available on Apple TV. As the 0-1 pitch is inside for a ball, 1-1. Co-branded Prince Anthology T-shirt giveaway. On Saturday, first pitch 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. Joe Ryan bobblehead giveaway. 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. And Sunday's game is going to be a kid's arm sleeve giveaway day, as Joe Ryan will actually get the nod to pitch the Sunday. That first pitch is 3:10, all Eastern Standard Time. That's what we're calling it. So fun weekend if you're in Minnesota. Here's the 1-2 count. That one's outside for a ball, 2-2. Buxton, 221. Here's the 2-2. This one's hit, flied out to center field. Running it down is Miles Straw for out number 1. Right fielder Max Kepler coming up, batting 195, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs. Batted in. First pitch, it's in there, called for a strike. A lot of corner pitches already being placed. Home plate umpire Ryan Addington putting in making these batters work early on. A time call for the batter. Bibee's set. Here's the pitch. Is swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2. The Twins and the Guardians is the only AL Central team going on tonight. As the 0-2 pitch is down low. A placement attempt by Zunino wasn't called. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. This one's fouled back. Give you an out-of-town scoreboard in the 5th inning. One ball, 2 strikes for Bibee, 1 away. This one's hit foul right field side. We'll replay 1-2. The only other game currently in progress is the Reds and Red Sox. Wrapping up that 4-game series. Reds currently out front 1-0. Angels and Astros, the last game of the night. They're getting ready here in about just a few minutes. Here's the 1-2. And he's caught looking. Out number 2. Got to be able to protect the plate. I mean, the Guardians are already up 1-0. They're looking to advance their lead here early on. And it could be easy for the Twins to trail and become difficult to catch back up. First pitch into Lewis. It's outside for a ball. Lewis is 3 for 9 this season in 2 games. Lewis is batting .333. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. 1 home run, 4 RBIs batted in. Bibee sets, delivers, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Last game played was yesterday against Houston. He went 1 for 4 with the runs scored and 3 strikeouts. The day before, 2 for 5, a run, 4 RBIs with a home run. Time's called for the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside. It's 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Lewis. Here's the pitch. Chopped it to short. Over to Rosario. Throws it over to first. And make the grab. 1-2-3. Sit down. The Twins. 1-0 Cleveland here after 2. I want to welcome back here to Major League Baseball as the 0-1 count to Straw. Swing and a foul. It's 0-2. Some technical difficulties playing that video there. Armchair Booking Wrestling Podcast is your everyday podcast for all sport or all professional wrestling related news, highlights, and stories. This one is in there for a strike, and Miles Straw goes down 1 away. Check out Steve Barber and Dwaylon Davis as they talk all wrestling news at Armchair Wrestling Booking Podcast. Check out the YouTube page and all audio platforms. Top of the lineup, Stephen Quall takes first pitch for a strike. Nice inning for Lopez to go 1-2-3, hopefully. Set down the side, get the Twins back in the dugout. This is a hit down to short for Carrera. Throws it over to first, and 2 quick outs. You're in the third. Ahmed Rosario 0 for 1 steps up. Ahmed against Lopez 182, a home run and 4 RBIs. Takes first pitch for a strike. Some transactions for Minnesota here. Actually on this day. First pitch, 101 pitch is lined right back to the mound. Tossing it over himself will be Lopez, and that will retire the side. I guess we'll head down to the bottom of the inning and talk about some transactions that's acquired. Cleveland's out front, 1-0. here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Bottom of the third. 7-8-9 due up here for Minnesota. Minnesota Twins wearing different helmets, something I'm not really used to seeing. As first pitch into Gallows on the outside, called for a strike. Gallows 194, 11 home runs, 23 RBIs. The Twins helmets, there's the 0-1, it's up high, but called for a strike, no balls, and 2 strikes. He's had that solid M, that red star above the bill. And there's the 0-2. That one's down to the dirt. It's 1-2. They have the red bill on the helmets with the white front and the maybe that dark bluish, blackish backing. Reminds me of Baltimore's and Washington's. This one's swing and a miss and goes down Gallo for out number 1. I like it. I think it's unique. Don't see many teams like it. It's just, it took me a while to get used to the Guardians in Cleveland after changing their names. Minnesota is has revamped their image. And when you don't follow the AL Central or the Minnesota Twins in that matter, first pitch in there to Taylor, it's in there, called for a strike, 0-1. Then you kind of get thrown off and have to readjust and re-get used to things like that. I like it. I think it's unique. I got the solid white bottoms. One's on the outside. It's 1-1. Tanner Bibee, third inning of work, only 32 pitches thrown. There's the 1-1 pitch. Check swings, went around, called for a strike. It's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch as Zunino sets up on the outside corner, and it's down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 84-mile slider. Only fastball thrown was the first pitch in this sequence. A curve, a slider. This one's hit for foul. A curve, a slider, a changeup, and a slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One away. Here's the 2-2. Chop foul. A nice battle at the plate so far. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Taylor goes down on strikes. And just like that, back-to-back punch-outs, 2 away. A very impressive outing, and I'm going to say Bibee is setting the tone for hopefully this weekend performance in Minnesota. As Vasquez steps in. It's a heavy swing and a miss for first called strike. Vasquez 233. No home runs this season. 11 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one's up high. And it seems comparison to last season just rolled over to this year that Cleveland is Minnesota's worst nightmare. This one's lined right up the middle after a diving attempt play by Ahmed Rosario, and it's a 2-out single. First hit of the night for Minnesota, and the inning continues. Well, if it has to be your ninth guy, it has to be your ninth guy. Nice diving play by Rosario, just couldn't get to it. And you just got to be able to put the ball in play, something that the 7th and 8th guy could not do. So we get back to the top of the lineup for Jorge Polanco. 0-for-1, fly out to left field. Here's first pitch, ball down in the dirt. It's a 1-0. And I don't know if we're going to see base running aggressiveness here with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. This one's flied out. Left field, Stephen Kahn back to the warning track. Struggles a little bit, but be able to make the grab. A run stranded. Cleveland is still out front, 1-0 after 3 here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Inning number 4 coming into play as the Guardians are out front 1-0. We bring back trivia question of the night, kicking things off with the Minnesota Twins here in just a moment. Our trivia question of the night, we'll have the Twins in the 4th and the Guardians in the 8th, all given thanks to Useful Trivia. Visit usefultrivia.com for all your trivia needs. First pitch to Ramirez. It's on the inside plate, called for a ball. Ramirez flew out to right field back in the first inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. What's up high? 2 balls, no strikes. And trivia question works pretty here. After the first out of this inning, or after this batter, we'll give you the trivia question, give you the 4 option answers. 2-0 pitch, foul, 2 balls, 1 strike. And you just simply give your answer down below in the comment section, and we will reveal the correct answer at the bottom half of the inning. It's kind of fun things to do in between games while games continue. Yeah, a lot of teams do it just for the home team, and I'm like, why don't we just do it twice? It's only so much we could talk about in the 8th inning. This one's fouled back. It's 2-2 now to Ramirez. Jose Ramirez was 3 for 6 in yesterday's ball game against the Orioles. 2 runs, 1 RBI, and 1 strikeout. There's the 2-2 pitch, the windup, and the deal. It's another foul ball. Yeah, I noticed a lot of the base running aggressiveness by the Guardians, more so than the Twins. And I can't help to think that's because of the couple new rules that have came into play. Another foul back, a good at bat for Ramirez. Eliminating the shift has its ups and downs, and yesterday we saw a little bit of it from Francisco Lindor with the Mets. Playing shortstop, being able to backhand it, throw out Trey Turner at first. Here's the 2-2. This one's going to ground right back to first base to Alex Kirilloff. Touch the bag himself for out number 1. 3 unassisted there. And with that, let's give you the Minnesota Twins trivia question given to you thanks to usefultrivia.com for all your trivia needs. Against which team did the Twins turn 2 triple plays in one game? Was it A, Baltimore Orioles, B, Kansas City Royals, C, Boston Red Sox, or D, Detroit Tigers? First pitch to Jimenez. It's on the outside corner, called for a strike, 0-1. He doubled in the second, came around to score. The only run here in tonight's ball game. 0-1 pitch. This is a fly ball out to left field for Gallo, and 2 quick outs there. Gotta love these 1-2, these quick innings. But yeah, let me know what your answer is down below. Against which team did the Twins turn 2 triple plays in one game? Baltimore Orioles, Kansas City Royals, Boston Red Sox, Detroit Tigers. I got a feeling that this is a lot happened more recently with the last 10 years. First pitch is on the outside plate, called for a ball. Josh Bell, 0 for 1, struck out. Josh Bell was 1 for 4 with a run, a home run, an RBI, and a walk. 3 strikeouts in yesterday's ball game. This one's chop foul. Third base side, it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one's hit. Fly ball out to right field coming in. It's going to be Kepler to make the grab. 1, 2, 3 go the Guardians in the 4th. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning. Guardians up front, 4-1, a 1-0. One nothing Guardians lead. First pitch to Killaroff on the outside. It's 1-0. Welcome back here to the Guardians and Twins. Game 1 of a 4-game series. 1-0 pitch, chop foul. It's 1-1. Kirilov 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. This one's actually fouled. 95, 14 fastball. 1-2. Kirilov grounded out to short. Back in the first inning, Tanner Bibee. It's kind of been very quick, very fast pace. He's working on a 1-run lead here in inning number 4. This gets away from the catcher, Zunino. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Kirilov. That one's down low for a ball. 3-2. Worked himself to for a full count. Carlos Carrera is up next. He flew out to center. Followed by Byron Buxton. Here's the 3-2 outside. Called for a walk. A leadoff walk here to begin the 4th for the Twins. And I had, we talked about the credits to some of the new rules. We see the list here of how the base running aggressiveness from Terry Francona's Guardians. That's 44 stolen bases among the starting lineups today for the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch to Carrera is down low for a ball. And it can't help that's because the shift has not been eligible. Also, this one's inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Talking about runs, stolen bases. Alex over there at first does not have a stolen base yet on the season. And you mentioned, you have to be able to mention here that it's also the pickoff attempts back to first. But the pitcher only has 2 attempts as the 2-0 pitch goes to 3-0. And when you have the number of pickoff attempts you have, that lead, every pitch gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you know that they can't throw it to you no more, you take off, take advantage of it. Yesterday we saw it with Lindor. It also affects the pitching with the pitch clock. This one's down low, called for a strike, 3-1 now. And you had Lindor use his offensive advantage for the shift. The pickoff back to first leads to stolen bases. And then also yesterday getting into the rhythm with with the pitchers. This one's fouled back. 3-2. Buxton's up next. Killaroff's on first. Nobody out. Bottom of the 4th inning, the Guardians lead 1-0. I've noticed in this game that pitch clock has really wind down to the final seconds as Carrera gets ringed up, and he wasn't so pleased with that call. That pitch was down low. Could have worked either way, but home plate umpire Ryan Addington kind of been calling the ones on the edges quite often. One away. We're running around first for Byron Buxton, 0 for 1. Tonight's trivia question for the Minnesota Twins, given to you thanks to Useful Trivia. Against which team did the Twins who turn 2 triple plays in one game? First pitch to Buxton, outside, ball 1. Was it A, Baltimore Orioles, B, Royals, C, Red Sox, D, Tigers? Lock in your final answers. We'll reveal the answer here in just a moment. Ooh, that's on the inside and hit nails Buxton. That didn't seem so good. Got him on the inside. We'll see exactly where that hit him. We'll have 2 men on. And manager Rocco Bardelli and training staff. That hit him just, side, just the side. Missed the arm, just hit the side. Rib cage area. Not so friendly. Not so friendly. Not what Minnesota needs here. As Buxton's trying to walk it off. He's going to have a nice little scarring coming up here. Man. Well, Buxton's going to stay into the game, and that's going to bring up Max Kepler, who struck out looking the first time. After a solid check on Buxton, he says he's going to stay in the game. Good for him. Hopefully nothing comes serious of that injury and he can remain in the game. I'm assuming he may get subbed later on tonight. Kepler 0 for 1. Here's the first pitch. This one's hit. Line to right field. It gets down in front of the right fielder. Coming in to score is Alex. Over to third is Buxton. And just like that, this game is tied. Nice line drive out to Will Brennan in right field. And the speed was rolling. And, hey, Buxton looks pretty good. Hey, running over, making it from first to second. And you knew when this was going to hit the ground and at least you're going to get one back. And there you have it, RBI single with only one away. And Royce Lewis steps up. This one's fouled back. Lewis is 0 for 1. Here's the set and the pitch. That's on the outside plate. 1-1. For the answer to tonight's trivia question, against which team did the Twins turn 2 triple plays in one game? The correct answer was the Boston Red Sox. Lead off on first and third. This one's chopped foul. Just one ball, 2 strikes to Lewis. On July 17, 1990, the Minnesota Twins became the first team in MLB history to turn 2 triple plays in the same game. Both were 5-4-3 triple plays, executed by fielders Gary Gaetti, Al Newman, and Kent Herbeck. Throw back over to first. In a game against the Boston Red Sox. So for those who answered C was correct answer. Congratulations. Join us in the 8th inning for the Cleveland Guardians trivia question. Here's the pitch. It's in. As it looks like the unpaid umpire called for strike number 3. And Lewis stays in the batter box. Yeah, I mean, according to the stat that we have here, that's the third strike and he's out. It was a call on the down low. It was on the corner of the plate. So I would say it was a strike, with how Ryan's been calling it. But it looks like Ryan may have gotten the count wrong. And they corrected it. It was a foul, a ball, a foul, and a called looking strike. Sometimes, just sometimes, you get confused, and that's okay. Happens. Here's the first pitch to Gallo. It's up high for a ball. Gallo's 0 for 1. Batting 193 with 11 home runs. Runners on the corner is 2 away. 1-0 pitch to Gallo. Here's the windup and the delivery. That's in there. Called for a strike. 1-1. Minnesota's going to take off onto the road next week after having Monday off. Take off down south to Tampa Bay. This one's here. It's lined right back to first base. Arias is going to take it and grab it, step on the mound himself. For the out, 2 runs are stranded. A runner scored. Tie ball game after 4 here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. A strong start by both of these pitchers after 4. It's a tie ball game. Very identical lines. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors for both squads. As we welcome you back to Major League Baseball, Guardians, Twins. First pitch is in there, called for a strike for a minute. For Arias. Who struck out 0 for 1. Here's the 0-2 pitch. I had it wrong in my book here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gabriel Arias. For some reason, I put Jimenez back in here, but that was my mistake. Check swings. Appeals with the first base umpire. Home plate umpire says he went around. Out number 1. 2 strikeouts in the book for him. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard given to you by, MLB.com. Head on over to MLB.com for all your highlights, news, and scores. MLB.com is a place to go. A couple final scores of this afternoon on this Thursday. First pitch to Brennan is a ball for down low. He's 1 for 1. RBI singled in the second. Scored in the only Guardians run. This one's line right field side. Foul. It's 1-1. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Milwaukee Brewers. Final score 3-1. The New York Mets swept the Phillies 4-2. All thanks to Mark Canha once again. Padres put up double digits, 10-1 against Miami. Takes that series, a swing and a miss. It's 1-2 goes Brennan. And the Arizona Diamondbacks beat the Colorado Rockies 5-4. Only 3 more games currently in progress, including this one. This is a swing and a miss. Ball down to the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Finds it on the first base side, throws it over to first, and 2 away. Hey, that was a nice reaction by Christian Vasquez. And I know he's beating himself up for not getting to that ball. That was on the inside plate, practically down in the dirt, gets away from him. But the way he was able to get up, throw his mask away, and get to the ball, knew where it was at, and be able to make the play at first, I think he has to give himself a pat on the back for a moment. This one's lined to third. A quick run up and a throw over to first from Lewis will retire the side. We'll finish the out-of-town scoreboard when we come on back. Tie ball game halfway through here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Eight, 9, and 1 due up here in the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway through the ball game, and we are rolling right along here as the first pitch is in there, called for a strike, fouled actually for Michael Taylor, who's 0 for 1. This one's up high. It's 1-1. So if you guys were scoring along here with us this evening in the second inning, there was a strikeout swinging for Arias. Brennan was a strikeout swinging, and then there was also a 2-3 put out, and the last one was a ground out to the third base. This one was down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. Gets away. It's 3-1 now. I kind of like how quick these games have been coming along, so to speak. They don't seem as fast, but they are getting done pretty quickly, especially in the late innings. This one's hit, fly ball out to left field. Going back is the left fielder looking up, and that's out of here. Solo home run by Michael Lade Taylor puts the Twins out in front, 2-1. A 392-foot home run gives the Twins the lead. And just like that, it's a different ball game. This is a nice hit. Didn't hug it down the line. Just straight away left at the 377 marker. It's on that fishing vest. And the Twins are out front, 2-1. Here's the first pitch to Vasquez. It's in there, called strike. Could have been wish there was runners on board, but hell, we'll take it. As this one's up high, it's 1-1. Vasquez 1 for 1. He singled back in the third to center field. Kept that inning alive. This is a 1-1 pitch. This is fouled back to the net. They were talking about the out-of-town scoreboard here. And gave you all the final games, top half of the inning. Bottom half here, 3 games are in progress. Top of the 6th, the Reds and the Red Sox. That game's tied at 1 with the runner on and 2 men out. This one's outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And then the other game going on besides us is the Angels and Astros, bottom of the 3rd inning. And that's a 1-1 game as well. That's a 4-game series weekend just like us. This one's fouled back. The Reds, on the other hand, wrapping up a 4-game series in Fenway. Took games 1 and 3, looking to take game 4. Be a very impressive series to come in and take the series against Boston. This is a hit line into left field. That's going to get down. Rounding first is Christian, heading on his way to second. And he's going to be sliding in safely for a double, his 4th on the year. And just like that, with nobody out, Tanner Bibee is in some trouble early on in here in the 5th. This one was up high. And he's just, connecting with it, getting it down the left field side. Nice speed from Vasquez to get himself a double as we return back to the top of the lineup. It's a 2-hit night for your catcher. That was a pretty good night. His first pitch is up high. Talking about the Reds, as I mentioned, as a matter of fact, I'll stand corrected. They were off Monday. They're looking for the series sweep. So, excuse me, I've been saying that wrong. This one's down low. 2 balls, 1 strike. They picked up the win on Tuesday, 9-8. And then they picked up the 5-4 victory yesterday, and they're trying to hold on to sweep. It would be nice to sweep. Nice little 5-game winning streak, sweeping the Cubs. It's a high fly ball out to right field, going to it, making the running grab and on the warning track. is Will Brennan. Tagging up, going over to third is Vasquez. Advancing 90 feet. So a nice little sacrifice fly. I put that down as an F9 and sacrifice. As we look to Alex Kirilloff, Bibee is at pitch number 78 so far with the runner on third, one away. An opportunity for another RBI action if you could score in the runner on third. First pitch is on the inside, called for a ball. NBA playoffs, Nuggets and Miami just getting underway. NBA Finals. This one's inside. 2 balls, no strikes. It's a best of 7 series, and Denver is currently leading 27-20. Talking about that Boston series. This one's in down low, but called for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kirilloff. Boston took it the full length all 3 series. Would have been gassed if I was them too. Once fouled up, it's tied 2-2. A solo home run in this inning gave the Twins a 2-1 lead. Trying to add on to that lead with a Vasquez double. Sacrifice fly to right field, advanced him 90 feet thanks to Polanco. Times called for the batter. Here's the 2-2. It's fouled back. I feel like at this case right now, Minnesota is working their pace. Tanner Bibee has been very quick early on, has been very quick because he's been sending people up and sending people down. This one's up high. 3-2. But now since some runners have gotten on and the Twins have been more patient at their plate appearance, last couple innings seems to be a bit difficult for Bibee as he's throwing pitch number 85. This one's hit just over the second baseman's head, and in to score is Vasquez. An RBI single, and the Twins extend their lead 3-1. But this isn't all about staying impatient, working that count to favor themselves, and then just putting the ball in play and letting the rest do the work. As we get a pitching mound visit, we'll take a aside quick second here. Enlightened Studios would like to extend their offer and volunteers head on out to these upcoming Cincinnati festivals: Italian Festival, Taco Festival, and Celtic Festival all this summer. Head on out. Email enlightenedstudios.cincy@gmail.com for more information. The bound visit there, try to get things under control from Bibee. First pitch into Carrera is in there, called strike. He's 0-2. That was the pitching coach, Pete Mackey, out to visit Bibee there. Excuse me, not Mackey. It was Cleveland's pitching coach, Carl Willis, out there to meet with Bibee. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, a runner on first, 2 runs in this inning. As the Twins out 3-1. Here's the pitch. It's one swing and a miss. I'm trying to keep this inning alive. Couple more insurance runs. As you know how difficult this series is going to be for Minnesota. Seems like that's been for the last couple of years, even though Minnesota right now currently leads the AL Central. This is a foul tip into the glove and 2 away. Taking the first game in June is not just important for the month, but taking the first game in this series is also important because we want to be able to see take advantage of this series. Cleveland got the first series back in May. 2 more series after this at the end of August and September. First pitch to Donovan Solano. It's in there, called strike. Solano's pitch hitting for Byron Buxton, who got hit by a pitch last inning. And although he continued, they decide that it was Terry Francona decided it's going to be the best play. Solano 2 for 4 in yesterday's win. This is lined right back up the middle, base hit. And just like that, the inning continues with a runner on first and second and 2 outs. So that's it for Byron Buxton. He's with 1 at bat, a hit by a pitch, no runs, no hits, no RBIs in the sense. Now if you're Cleveland, you would like Bibee to continue and to finish out this inning. You're 1 out away, but you have to assume pitch number 92 is about to approach. Here's the pitch to Kepler. This is a foul. Well, if you don't get after this batter, I would assume heading to batter number 8, you'd probably go for a pitching change. It wouldn't be such a great outing. This has kind of gone downhill since the 4th inning. Although the runs doesn't show it. Here's the 0-1. That's down low. It's 1-1. And it seems like the Twins have just been able to get Bibee out of his rhythm, unlike the first 3 innings of this ball game. Definitely slow things down and make him work for the strikeouts and the outs. As this one's down the middle. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two away. Kirilloff on second and Solano on first. Here's a pitch on the inside. Ooh, almost got him. It's 2-2. 31 pitches alone in this 5th inning, 22 in the 4th. The first 3 has been all kept 15 and under. He's already thrown twice as many pitches as he did in the 3rd inning alone. Here's the 2-2. This is hit to right field. Coming in to make the grab is Will Bennon. The Twins leave 2 men on, but a couple of runs score thanks to a solo home run by Taylor and a RBI single by Kirilloff. The Twins are up front 3-1 here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. So Donovan Solano will stay in the game here as the designated hitter, replacing Byron Buxton. Hopefully he is okay. We'll like to see him back here as the line score so far in this game through 5. The Cleveland Guardians 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, as the Twins 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. First pitch into Straw is in there, called for a strike. Straw's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's up high. Guys are in the Minneapolis area this Saturday night. Encourage you guys to go out to the ball game at Target Field. This one here is a 2 balls, 1 strike to Straw. As it is a Joe Ryan bobblehead giveaway to fans in attendance. Here's the 2-1. That's on the inside. 3-1. Lopez seems to settle down here after giving up the only run of the game back in the second inning for the Guardians. It's on the inside, and just like that, Straw leads off with a walk in the top of the 6th. Well, this thing's get interesting. 3-1 lead, and you want to hold on to that lead, and you want to give Lopez at least an extra inning. It's important to get these next 3 outs. This is lined into left field for a base hit. And just like that, with nobody out, 2 men on. What do they call it? A bloop and a blast can turn this game around. Well, you got Straw, who walked, and Stephen Kwan, who lined into left field. A couple easy plays there. Med Rosario. Getting these guys mixed up left and right. I'm terrible with names. Have you guys noticed that lately? First pitch fouled off. 0 for 1. I'm terrible with names. I'm working on it. I got my list here. That's one thing I wish I was better at. This one is on a pie. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 to Rosario. This one's popped up to first to Alex, and you'll make the catch for out number 1. All-Star is among us here July 11th at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. And the All-Star ballot polls just launched yesterday. Phase 1s of this year All-Star voting. During Phase 1, fans around the world can choose their starters until noon Eastern on Thursday, June 22nd. Step off the plate with Lopez as Jose Ramirez steps up. He's 0 for 2. You can vote as many as 5 times per every 24 hours periods, exclusively at the MLB.com, on all 30 MLB club sites, and on the MLB at bat, as Ramirez takes first pitch for a ball. It's exciting. See how many players you guys vote. I don't know. I like to vote. I'm voting 5 days. I mean, I just discovered this today, and I'm voting now. Got my 5 votes in today. 24 hours from now, get another one in. First, the 1-0 pitch is in there, called strike. 1-1, 2 men on with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Cleveland is down 3-1. Here's the set by Lopez. Pitch number 75. This is hit right back up the middle. Coming around to score is going to be Straw. Heading over to third is Kwan, and it is an RBI single to get one of those runs back. And this is just some simple baseball hitting here, putting the ball in the bat. You know, I mean, Cleveland's been capable of doing that periodically. And just how Minnesota's taken advantage, you have some really nice speedy runners there with Straw. Straw and Kwan has set up a total of 20 stolen bases combined, 10 apiece. As there is a pitching mound visit given. So Kwan and Straw leads the Cleveland Guardians with the most stolen bases. As Jimenez steps in, he's 1 for 2, doubled, and he scored. 3-2 Minnesota. Here's the pitch. This is hit right to second and throws it over to first for the insured out. But in the meantime, Kwan scores in from third to tie the game up. Well, this is nice, RBI play here. You're going off of contact as long as the ball is not up in the air. You hit it over to the right field side, you're going to get Kwan the opportunity with this speed. And listen, you're not going to Jorge Polanco. He's smart enough. He's been in the big leagues long enough not to know that he's not going to be able to make the play at home. First pitch into Bell. It's called for a strike. 3-3 tie ball game. Inning number 6. A runner on second with 2 away. Here's the pitch. This is looped into left field. That's going to get down. Coming around the score, it's going to be Ramirez. And the Guardians go on to take the lead 4-3. Well, you're trying to keep, the idea is to keep Lopez in this game. He's only had 80 pitches, and you want to get him out of this jam, but to begin the series. And this one's going to be lined into right field by Arias. So runners now on first and second with 2 away. This nice little line drive add on to that little hit clinic here this inning. As we'll wait to see what Rocco Bardelli wants to do and how long he'll keep Lopez in. This one's chopped to short. Toss it over to third. No play. As we see Bell slide in safely to third. I wonder how they're going to score this. They're going to score this as a single. Well, this was hit right to Carrera. Decides to throw it over the third, but Lewis wasn't there in time. So bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch in to Zunino is called for a ball. Zunino 0 for 2, struck out both times. As we hit the 9th batter of this inning. And this game has turned with the click of a button. This one's up high, called for a strike. 1-1. Zunino wants to break this out and extend this lead. Swing and a miss. The count goes to 1-2. On out to support this damage. Lopez desperately needs this out. Keep it a 4-3 deficit after coming into this inning leading 3-1. This one's down low. It's 2-2. Most pitches he's thrown is this inning, as he's pitched the number 21 so far. Second inning had his 20th pitch in that inning. This one's on the inside plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners will be going. Emilio Pagan, right-handed pitcher, warming up in the Twins bullpen. Here's the 3-2. This one's chopped foul. Two outs, bases loaded. Perfect scenario here for the Guardians. ALC rivalry game. Guardians Twins, game 1 of 4. Target Field. Here's the pitch, another foul back. Does this motivate you guys to maybe want to vote for some Guardian players with their offensive power? Another foul. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one's chopped in past the third baseman into left field. Coming around to score is going to be Bell, and Arias also comes in and runs this out 6-3. Well, a nice diving attempt by Luis over there at third base, but can't get to it. The second one this afternoon, and he was inches away. And that's going to go back to Miles Straw. And this looks like this is going to be it for Lopez. Pagan's going to come into the game. We'll tell you all about him here next. You guys are listening to the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Pitching change here for the Minnesota Twins as they came in leading this inning 3-1, and now they're losing 6-3. Right-handed pitcher Emilio Pagan 3-0 with a 4.57 ERA. In 20 games, he has 26 strikeouts. First pitch is up high for Straw, 10th batter of this inning. It's kind of got carried away. 5 runs in this inning so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's in there, called for a strike. Lopez will leave the game responsible for the 2 runners on base, as we have Brennan on second and Zunino on first. Here's the 1-1. That's fouled back. It's 1-2. Well, Pagan just wants to get out of this inning. Get the Twins back in the dugout to get some runs back up on the board. 2 on, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Another foul ball. Well, 1-2. I got to make one prediction for this All-Star game for the Minnesota Twins. I'll see Joe Ryan get the nod. For the Guardians, I don't know. Don't know quite yet. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This is a fly ball out to right field. And this one is just going to hit into foul territory, into the crowd. Keeping it alive is Straw. He's 0 for 1. He walked to lead things off this inning. Struck out looking back in the third. Here's the 1-2. Another foul ball back to the screen. Here's a 1-2. And we'll replay 1-2. Like this battle. Pitch number 8 in this sequence. Here's the pitch. This is chopped right back up the middle, and taking it to the bag himself is Jorge Polanco to get out the inning. 5 runs scored. Cleveland now leads 6-3 here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. 5 runs on 6 hits and 2 men left on. That was the line score for the top of the 6th inning for the Cleveland Guardians as they are out front 6-3. Pitching change for the Cleveland Guardians as well as right-handed pitcher Nick Sandlin steps in as he delivers the first pitch strike to Royce Lewis. Here's the 0-1 count. This one's shot foul. Sandlin's 2 for 2, 3.26 ERA. Last pitched back on the 27th. It's been a few days. Picked up a loss, went 1 inning, giving up a walk and a strikeout. Turn things around here as this one's popped up out to right field. Coming in is Brennan to make the grab for 1 away. So that will do it for the Guardians starting pitcher Tanner Bibee. As the first pitch is outside for a ball. Bibee pitched 5 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Also allowed 1 home run. So pitch swing and a miss. For a strike, it's 1-1. Now we're going to determine early here as we're in the 6th inning. Both the Guardians and the Twins went to a bullpen. Which one has the better upper advantage? A swing and a miss. This is strike 2. Right? I mean, it's as far as much as you can see who has the better defense, who has the better offense, who even has the better pitching outing. This one's fouled back. Ultimately, you're going to find out who has the better bullpen. And that's how you have to complete games. I mean, Cleveland could have a 6-3 lead, but if they don't have the bullpen to back it up, there's still plenty of time in this ball game. The 1-2 is on the outside corner. It's 2-2 now to Gallo. Gallo's 0 for 2. Struck out. Grounded it to first. This one's outside. Worked himself to a full count. Sandlin's kind of working pretty fast. One of those quick guys. I like it. As long as you can find the rhythm to it. Doesn't have much to it. And Gallo gets ringed up on a ball inside. 1 away. Well, Gallo is not really too happy about this. And you can see that he's hearing it. Stepping in is Michael A. Taylor. First pitch, it's in there called for a strike. Second pitch is outside, just 1-1. Two balls, 1 strike now. Here's the 2-1. This is hit. Flied out to right field. Coming in is Brennan. And he'll call off the second baseman to make the grab. 1-2-3 work for Sandlin. Cleveland's out front. 6-3. As we head to the top of the 7th inning, a couple of defensive substitutions. Kyle Farmer will replace shortstop Carlos Carrero, batting third and playing shortstop. Defensive substitution Willie Brennan will be Willie Castro replaces right fielder Max Kepler, batting fifth. And then defensive switch from left field to right field for Joey Gallo. As the first pitch is in there, called for a strike. Pagan's back at it here in the 7th inning. Kwan's 1 for 3. This one's inside for a ball. Trying to note all these changes down. Here's the 1-1. Down low. Willie Castro replaced Max Kepler. This one's hit. Fly out to right field. Coming in, diving will be Gallo. And one away. What a play that is, I gotta say. He's running out to his right here, extending all the way. Nice sliding dive from Gallo. Keeping it from extra bases. There you go. First pitch into Rosario's in there for a strike. 0-1. So for Carrera, he's 0 for 3. This is line to third. Throwing over to first is out number 2. So a couple of changes here. Buxton gets replaced early in the 5th after getting hit by a pitch in the 4th. Carrera finishes the night 0-3, and Kepler finishes the night 1 for 3 with an RBI. Here's the first pitch to Ramirez. It's down low for a ball. Ramirez is 1 for 3, RBI single in the 6th. Here's the 1-0. It's outside. Be sure to subscribe to MLB TV for new low prices. Now just $119.99. Start your free trial now. Blackouts and restrictions apply. Here's the 2-0. Outside is 3-0. You can also select an option for single team subscriptions at $104.99. For more information, check out MLB.com. 3 balls, no strikes. Ramirez, outside corner in there, called for a strike. Here's the 3-1. This one's hit, topped up, left field, right field to Gallo. As he gets under it, and he'll make the grab. 1, 2, 3 go the Guardians, but they're out front 6-3 here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Got a pitching change here as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning at Target Field. As the Guardians up front 6-3, we have right-handed pitcher James Karinchak, 27-year-old, drafted by the Guardians 2017 when they were known as the Indians. First pitch in there to Vasquez, 2 for 2. It's called for a strike. Vasquez 2 for 2. He singled and doubled in the 5th. Scored in the 5th as well. It's his hit, fly ball out to left field. Going back to the warning track. Making the grab is Stephen Kwan at the wall. I mean, that's a nice grab. I got to give cap off to that. Sometimes it's hard. You go to a visitor's ballpark not knowing where the walls are placed with the different dimensions and the different designs. And you really put yourself in a position trying to understand, especially when you get to that warning track. All right, where is that wall? Being able to make that grab as well. So great job by Kwan. First pitch into Polanco. It's down low for a ball. Polanco's 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. Trying to get something going here. 8 outs remaining. This is a fly ball out to right field. Headed back just shy of the warning track is Will Brennan for out number 2. They're hit. They're getting hit. They're getting hit hard also. Just not really going anywhere. Alex Kirilloff is up. He's 1 for 3. Talked about Pablo Lopez's night after 5 2/3 of an inning. First pitch in there is called for a strike. Pablo only given up 8 hits, 6 runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. No home runs allowed. The 0-1 pitch is down the middle, 0-2. Sun setting in Minneapolis. Time is called. Here's the 0-2 count. This is hit, fly ball out to right field. Coming in is Brennan, and he'll make the grab. Keeping him busy out there tonight. But the side is retired. Head to the 8th. Here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Top of the 8th here. First pitch to Jimenez. It's down low for a ball. As the Guardians are out front 6-3. We have Pagan back out there for another inning. Why not? Here's a 1-0. This one's hit right back to shortstop. Kyle Farmer will get it, throws it over to first for out number 1. Kyle Farmer from our former Reds. Sent over in a trade. Here's the first pitch to Bell. It's in there for a ball. You know, the way I think that Minnesota's playing this game, I'll tell you after this pitch. This is grounded to second for Polanco. He'll make the out number 2. If you're Minnesota, you guys, both the Twins and the Guardians have Monday off. And the way I think this gets analyzed for me is that this is game 1 of a 4-game series. You don't know how the next 3 nights are going to turn out. First pitch is outside for a ball. And you're going to need to reserve your bullpen who's been working hard. They had just got done with a very, very tough series in Houston. So to ask Pagan to eat up a couple innings, and if he's pitching good, this one's going to get past the shortstop Farmer into left field for a 2-out knock. So the inning continues. I mean, this is, if Pagan could get out of this inning, this really would benefit Minnesota to keep, even though they're down 6-3, keep them only limited to maybe 3 pitchers. As the pitch to this one's hit to Polanco as he fumbles it as he was moving to the right field side. And this is going to be marked as a fielding error. And with that, with 2 away, we'll have 2 runners on for Mike Zunino. Polanco kept it in front of him, moving to the left towards the first base side, and just couldn't get a hold of the ball to throw it over to first. We'll see if that comes back to bite him. This is marked as an E4. So the first error of the ball game. This one's fouled back to the screen from Nozino. Zunino is 1 for 3. 2 runs singled. 2-run single in the 6th with a 198 batting average. As time was called. No balls, 1 strike to Zunino, the catcher for the Guardians. Here's a pitch. Down low for a ball, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 count. Swing and a miss for a strike. 1-2. Toss back over to second by Vasquez. Called in safely. Here's the 1-2. It is fouled off. Useful trivia question this time here in the 8th inning for the Cleveland Guardians. Which manager led the Indians to their first World Series title? Nat LaJoie is A. B. Tris Speaker. C. Frank Robinson. or D, Lou Beaudre? We'll let you know at the bottom of the inning. This is up high. Checks back at second. Didn't throw. A runner's on first and second and 2 outs. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Third base side. Not going to work for this last out for the Twins to get back in to the dugout. Guys, submit your answers in the comments below. We'll reveal the answer in the bottom half of the inning. Here's the 2-2. This is hit to second. Polanco grabs it this time, throws it over to first, and makes the out. Leaves a couple man on, but nothing biting. Head to the bottom of the 8th inning, 6-3, Cleveland, here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Bottom half of the inning, number 8, Cleveland out front, 6-3. Pitching change as Trevor Stephan steps up. Right-handed pitcher, age number 27 from the 2017 draft from the New York Yankees, round 3 overall. Pick number 92. He's 2-2 with the 1.93 ERA. He has 2 saves under his belt with 27 strikeouts. Last pitch was yesterday where he went one inning, 1 hit, striking out 1 batter. Well, we'll see how things go here. 3, 4, 5 due up. Kyle Farmer steps up to the plate. First at bat for the night. In there, called strike 1. And you got to excuse me. It was really Castro. Kyle Farmer's a little bit down. The 0-1 pitch is down low for a ball. I read that wrong. Last game was back yesterday where Castro went 2 for 3, scoring in 3 runs. Here's a 1-1 pitch, a swing and a foul. Played for Detroit up until this year. Castro's in 44 games, 106 at-bats, 20 runs, batting .274. Here's the 1-2. This is lined right back, deflected off the pitcher. Shortstop handles it, throws it over to first, but Castro beats the out. Nice save by Rosario, keeping the play from extending, getting the ball into the outfield. This one deflected back off of Stephan, right to Rosario on the right side of the bag. So stepping up is Solano, who's 1-for-1. Takes first pitch for a ball. Castro's on first. Here's a swing and a foul. Solano's been with Miami. San Francisco, was with Cincinnati last season. Now he's with Minnesota. Teaming up with Farmer. This is hit, fly out to left field. That's going to get into the gap, get down to the wall. Coming in to score is Castro. And as a 6-4 now deficit with nobody out, as this is a RBI double. Well, this is what the doctor ordered here in the late going. You got to start off somewhere. You're down by 3 with the runner on first. You know, if you get this ball in the gap, you got good speed with good legs with Castro there at first. And Solano did what he needed to do. Nice double, 10th on the year. Twins down 6-4 now. There's a fly ball from Farmer out to left field, but Quan is there in time. Oh, man, I think Farmer would have wanted this one back. He hung up a little too far, too long there. A bit frustrating there, so one away. Tonight's trivia question in the 8th inning by usefultrivia.com. Which manager led the Indians to their first World Series title win? Was it A, Nap Loju, B, Tris Speaker, Frank Robinson, C, or Lou Boudreau, D? First pitch in is a ball to Lewis. Give you another second to lock in the answer. This one's fouled back. One count to Lewis. He's 0 for 3 tonight. This one's hit. High fly ball out to center field, going back to the warning track. Looking up and gone. 2-run game-tying home run here by Royce Lewis. 421 feet. Ties the game 6 apiece. Man, this is what the doctor ordered in the 8th inning. Kind of relief now if you're Pablo Lopez. Nice hit. I was wondering if this was going to carry the distance. And yeah, well did. His second of the year. As the first pitch is in for Gallo. Called for a strike. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's down low. 1-1. And just like that, the game has changed back once more. Put on the fishing cap there. And this is hit that last home run. Now, I got to say this. That last home run was hit the distance. You hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. As Gallo swings and a miss for strike 2. So nobody on. 1 out here in the 8th inning. Tie ball game. A bloop and a blast. Gets things going. A swing and a miss for a strikeout. Gallo goes down on strikes the 3rd time tonight. 2 away. Well, this is going to make the ball game much more interesting. How we head into extra innings and how a lot of this stuff plays. 9th inning it gets managed a bit differently because of this. Stepping in is Michael Taylor. Swings and a miss. He hit a home run, solo home run back in the 5th inning. to put the Twins out 2-1. This is chopped back to the mound. Throws it over to first and in time for the out. But the damage has been done. The Twins come back to tie things up thanks to an RBI double from Solano and a two-run blast from Lewis. It's tied up at 6 as we head to the 9th inning here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Well, a look at the rest of the series this weekend as Game 2 tomorrow night between the Guardians and the Twins, 8:10 Eastern Standard Time, available on Apple TV. It is co-branded Prince Anthology t-shirt giveaway. Aaron Savali will be on the mound for the Guardians as the Twins' Bailey Ober will be for the for Game 2. Game 3 Saturday, first pitch, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time. Joe Ryan bobblehead doll giveaway. Logan Allen taking on Sonny Gray. And the finale at 3:10 Sunday Eastern Standard Time. No pitcher has been announced for the Guardians, but Joe Ryan will get the nod for the Twins. 7-2, 2.77 ERA. As the first pitch in there, the straw is called for a ball outside. New pitching for the Twins as Griffin Jacks head to the mound. Right-handed, 28-year-old right-handed pitcher out of Phoenix, Arizona, as he delivers another ball outside. It's 2-0. He's 2-6 on the year, 4.63 ERA, 26 strikeouts. Last pitch was on Tuesday. He went 1 inning. And this one's lined to the right field side. Carry off will grab it. Toss it to first to the pitcher, Jacks. He kind of stumbled and landed top faced onto the first base bag. The first base umpire called him out. We'll see how that goes. That was interesting. As he was grabbing it, he just stumbled into the first base bag. Tagged the bag. Possibly got stepped on by the hand. No, you just giving him a moment to shake things off. It's a injured delay. So we didn't get a chance to give you the answer to tonight's trivia question in the 8th inning. Which manager led the Indians to their first World Series title? And the correct answer is Tris Speaker. In the 1920 World Series against Brooklyn, player-manager Tris Speaker hit an RBI triple in the deciding game, which Indians won 3-0. If you guys answered B, congratulations. First pitch into Kwan is for a ball. up high. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Is in there, called for a strike. So Straw's play was a 3-1 putout for those who are keeping score along with us this evening. This one swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Quan 1 for 4 tonight. He singled back in the 6th and later on scored. Was one of the 5 runs scored in that inning for the Guardians. Here's the 1-2. That's down low. It's 2-2. 3 runs scored by Minnesota in the 8th. Tied the game back up. Weird plays. Weird scores. This one's fouled off to the right field side. As this game is all knotted up in the 9th inning. If we head into the extra innings, we will not be concluding a post-game show. Otherwise, if we have a winner out of this inning, we will have a post-game show. This one swings and a miss and goes down Quan. I can assure you, though, that we will conclude this game. At least. Admed Rosario steps up. He's 0 for 4. Couple of ground outs and a pop out. Everything staying on the infield for him. 2 away, nobody on. First pitch inside. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Chop foul. It's 1-1. Here's a 1-1 pitch. This is hit right to Farmer at short. A throw over to first, and Farmer gets the out. 1, 2, 3 go the Twins. Goes the Guardians. Headed to the bottom of the 9th. All tied up here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Tie ball game here as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Want to welcome everyone back here to the Major League Baseball game on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button and have those notifications on. As I mentioned here in the top half of the inning, if we head to extra innings, we will be calling the entire ball game for the longevity of the game. But if the game goes into extra innings, we will not be hosting a post-game show, unfortunately. As a first pitch into Vasquez is outside for a ball. New pitcher for the Guardians is Eli Morgan, 27-year-old right-hander out of Rancho Palos Verdes, California. This one's also called for a ball. Christian Vasquez, singles, 2 for 3 for the night. This one's up high. He's worked himself to a 3-0 count. Morgan's 2-0 with a 1.57 ERA and 25 strikeouts. And this is a 4-pitch walk to Vasquez to get things going here in the bottom of the ninth. All-star ballots are open. Will be phase 1 of the ballots will be open through June 22nd, which then the starters will be announced. Vote for your favorite players today on MLB.com. You can also vote on your MLB club's website. First pitch into Polanco. It's down low for a ball. Polanco's 0 for 4. Sacrifice fly back in the 5th inning. Here's a 1-0. It's in there called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Don't quite believe I've ever called an extra inning game. Be interesting. Here's the 1-1. That's down low as well. Balls, 1 strike. Couple home runs. Couple of base running. Couple base hits. 6 runs apiece. Here's the 2-1. That one's swing and a miss. Fouled. Two and 2. Game 1 of a 4-game series. We'll be back tomorrow for game 2. Second time these two teams are meeting this season. This one's up high. Polanco's with himself for a full count. Off up next. A runner on first, nobody out. Here's the payoff pitch. Here's a hit lined into right field. That's going to get down to the wall. Rounding second, overways into third. Standing up is Christian Vasquez. And so just like that, Polanco runs into a double and men are in scoring position. And this was a nice hit by Polanco. 3-2 count, knowing that Morgan's going to have to give him something that he could hit. You don't want to walk 2 batters, but I don't think this is even any better. It hits it down the right, hitting that ball down the right field side. And just like that, sacrifice fly could score in the winning run. Alex Kirilloff comes up. He's 1 for 3. He walked in. As there is a mound visit. They do walk Kirilloff, and they put Jeffers in at third. Ryan Jeffers, catcher, coming in for Vasquez. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here for Castro. Castro's 1 for 1. Came in replacing Carrera. He singled and scored last inning. Next will be Solano, who RBI doubled as well last inning. He's had himself a good game entering in 2 for 2 in the 5th, but hopefully we don't have to get to him. Here we go. What we've been all waiting for. First pitch is out in there, called strike on the outside corner. You kind of wait for moments like these. Everyone's up on their feet. Want to take the first game of June and the first game of 4 in Minnesota. A swing and a miss. Castro's down 0-2. If you could take both, that'd be great. Hey, heading in, good note. This one's up high. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. But there's nowhere to go. You have the bases loaded. You can't go walk Castro. And the play is at home plate. So if you get a ground ball, you're throwing home. Here's the pitch. Chop foul. And if you have a fly ball, hopefully that's shallow enough where Jeffers won't go, and you hold all the runners to their bags. Everyone in attendance tonight standing off their feet. Here's the 1-2. This one's hit. Fly ball out to right center field. Making the grab is the right fielder. Here sends Jeffers. He's going to come in and score. A sacrifice RBI fly out to right field. And the Twins have come back from being down 6-3 to winning the ball game 7-6. Wow. You just needed things to work your way, tonight. And there was moments where you felt the nervousness after letting Cleveland get off to 1-0 lead, to them coming back and putting 5 runs up on the board in 1 inning and extending the lead to 6-3. And you find a way to tie it in the 8th. And then just a couple hits, a walk by Vasquez gets things going. And then you get a double by Polanco, walk Kirilloff, and then you have out to right field scoring in Jeffers, who pitch ran for Vasquez. What a game, what a game. Let's come on back and tell you all about it. You guys are listening to Major League Baseball here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Well, what a game, this has been, and what an exciting game it was here between the Cleveland Guardians and the Minnesota Twins. Game one of a 4-game series that will conclude over the course of this weekend, and I think this really sets up for something special that we could see this weekend at Target Field. The final line score, Cleveland Guardians put up 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors, as the Minnesota Twins, 7 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. It was, as I mentioned, I feel like there was moments of the game where you were scared when, you go up 3-1, and then the Guardians put up 5 runs in the 5th inning, and then a couple of bloops and blast comes away, and the Twins score in 3 more runs in the 8th to tie things up, and then they had the walk to lead things off in the 9th, the hit, and you had that RBI fly ball to score in the winning run. Very impressive. Jax goes on to win this game as he moves to 3-6 with the 4.44 ERA. As Morgan goes on to lose this game, giving up that run, he moves to 2-1. With a 1.93 ERA. And, normally the AL divisions aren't too exciting, too thrilling. And, if you got to ask me, do I choose this game over the Mets and Phillies? I would have predicted to choose the Mets and Phillies. But, I settled for this game, and I'm glad I did. It was a really solid, entertaining game. So tomorrow's game between the Guardians and the Twins will be available on Apple TV. And wish everyone the best. Let's take a break. Hey, listen, the Twins win it. First game of June, first game of the division, and hopefully they continue tomorrow. Want to say thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Have those notifications on, and make sure you tune into every episode, every game that is getting called right here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Coming up next is the post-game show. Give you out-of-town scoreboard updates, the All-Star ballot voting information, and tomorrow's lineup, the weekend's lineup for the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Guardians. My name is Justin. Hopefully you guys like this presentation between these 2 ball games, and we hope to see you guys here real soon. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. What is going on, everyone? Justin here, and welcome to the TNC Sports Talk post-game show, given to you thanks to StreamYard Studios, create podcasts, videos, host virtual business meetings, and even conduct interviews. Check out their free version today at StreamYard.com. Today's final score between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Guardians, 7-6, walk-off style. And what a win for this game. A very exciting win. I mean, this had you going all the way around. So without further ado, let's get right down into it. Scoring drives here. All this is available thanks to MLB.com/game-day/Guardians versus Twins today. It all started off in the top of the second inning. Well, when Will Benson hit a single off of a line drive to left field, Joey Gallo, Andres Jimenez scores to give the Guardians out to 1-0. Bottom of the fourth inning, Max Kepler singles on a line drive right field to Will Benson. Alex Kirilloff scores and ties the game up 1-0, a one apiece. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Michael A. Taylor homers on a fly ball out to left center field, his 7th of the year, extends the Twins' lead 2-1. Later in the inning, Alex Kirilloff singles on a line drive out to right field to Will Benson. Christian Vasquez scores. Minnesota goes out front 3-1. Top of the sixth inning, Jose Ramirez singles on a ground ball to center field at Michael A. Taylor. Miles Straw scores, and it's now 3-2 Minnesota. Andres Jimenez grounds out to second baseman Jorge Polanco, who scores in Stephen Kwan, and it ties the game up. Later in the inning, Josh Bell singles on a line drive to left field. Jose Ramirez scores, and Cleveland goes out 4-3. Later that inning, Mike Zunino singles in a sharp ground ball to the left fielder Joey Gallo. Josh Bell and Gabriel Arias scores to make it 6-3. Later on in the bottom of the eighth inning, Donovan Solano doubles to a sharp line drive to left field. Stephen Kwan. Willie Castro scores, and it cuts the lead down to 6-4. Donovan Solano hits his 10th double of the season. Royce Lewis homers on a fly ball to center field. Donovan Solano scores in that 2-run blast, tying the game up 6 apiece. And with the bases loaded at the bottom of the ninth inning, Willie Castro flies out on a sacrifice fly to the right fielder Will Benson for Ryan Jeffers scoring, and gives the Minnesota Twins the game 1 of the 4-game series and takes the first game of the month of June. I think this is a big win for this ball club. They currently sit in the first place. They have that comfortable position, and you're extending your lead against Detroit. I mean, and Cleveland's a tough team. We've seen it time and time again between Cleveland and Minnesota, and it always seems to me that Cleveland has that upper hand advantage. Earlier this year, we saw Cleveland take the series against Minnesota. It's important to, at home, at Target Field, in front of your home crowd, to really jump up and really, capture for game 1 of the 4-game series. Winning pitcher is going to be, let me find that out for you guys today. There we go. Winning pitcher is Jax, who went 1 inning, giving up 1 strikeout. He moves to 3-6 on the season, as we see Morgan, who Stefan blows the save, his 4th of the year, as tying things up in the 8th, and Morgan loses the ball game for the Guardians as he moves to 2-1. Some good pitching from your starting pitching. Tanner Bibee went 5 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, allowing 1 home run allowed. But we got to also talk about Pablo Lopez, who goes 5 2/3 of an inning, giving up 8 hits, 6 runs, walking 1, striking out 5. And this was kind of identical. If you compare, Bibee's spot for the Guardians, it was up and down. He was solid for the first couple innings. It wasn't until you get into the fourth inning and the Twins really put some, put him in some really good situations, hard, tough situations, that it really got to him in both in the fifth and the sixth inning. He was able to prevail. He started off in the sixth, but he just couldn't finish it. Both of them don't get the Lions score. Let's start off with Bibee. I like Bibee's performance today. The first 8 batters, you get down to Vasquez, he hits that single, and then it really starts falling apart in the fourth inning. I mean, I think both of these, Bibee and we could talk about it all day, but Bibee and Lopez had very similar outings, and it was, Bibee seemed to have the better outing early on, but it wasn't. It was really all about control and making the pace the game. And I really think in the later innings for Minnesota offensively, they paced their game plan a little bit more strategically. When they got runners on, they made Bibee slow down, and when he had to work out of that relieving position, that's when it became trouble for him. So I really feel that that's what the main problem was for Cleveland and for Tanner tonight, was getting runners on base, slowing down the ball game, not being able to work at his pace, at his speed. On the other hand, Pablo Lopez, 5 2/3 of an inning. Listen, he got into some rough jams, and he got into some rough jams tonight, giving up the 6 runs. But there were some positive things out of this, and when you could hold yourself into a game like tonight as long as possible, you have to tip your cap to Emilio Pagan, going 2 1/3 of an inning, only allowing 1 hit, getting out of a couple of jams, and overall it was really, really good performance for tonight's game. All right, final line score of tonight's game: Cleveland Guardians 6 runs, 9 hits, total of 10 bases, no stolen bases given. 5 men left on base and 0 errors, as the Minnesota Twins put up 7 runs, 10 hits, 2 home runs in tonight's ball game. 19 total bases, 7 men left on base with 1 error on the record. Cleveland rotation, Quadri resolved for now on the IL. Donovan Solano will be Byron Buxton, and that nasty hit. We'll keep a lookout for that. When we come on back, we'll give you an out-of-town scoreboard and take a look at the All-Star ballot that just opened up yesterday. You guys are listening to the TNC Sports Talk postgame show here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Welcome on back to the post-game show here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Final score was between the Guardians and the Twins is 6-7. Twins pick up game one of a three-game series. Tonight's ball game, first pitch was at 6:41 with 85-degree temperature, partly cloudy, winds 10 miles an hour blowing from right to left. Total time of the ball game was 2 hours and 34 minutes. Total attendance at Target Field this afternoon was 16,788. Tanner Bibee for the Cleveland Guardians threw 96 pitches with 58 of them being strikes, as Lopez threw 88 with 67 of them being strikes. Top performers of the game is Donovan Solano coming in to replace Byron Buxton. He went 2 for 2, an RBI, a run in. We also had Christian Vasquez who went 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, and a single and a double tonight, and then also Emilio Pagan going 2 1/3 of an inning, giving up a hit, a run, no runs, no strikeouts though in the victory. Also have to give our caps out to a couple of players from the Guardian side. Kind of just going through the list here. Will Brennan, he went 2 for 3 with an E4 in the eighth inning. Had 1 RBI on his record. You also have to give out caps to Straw, who and Quan, who really threatened things around the bases early on. Talking about top performers, these are perfect nights as the All-Star ballot opens up as of yesterday. You can start voting today to who could be representing your team at the MLB All-Star this year at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. The 2023 MLB All-Star ballot launched on Wednesday, opening phase 1 of this year's All-Star voting. During phase 1, fans around the world can choose their starters until noon Eastern on Thursday, June 22nd. You can vote as many as 5 times per every 24 hours period, exclusively at MLB.com, on all 30 MLB club sites, and on MLB app. The top 2 vote getters at each position in each league will be revealed on MLB Network at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on June 22nd. The leading vote getter in each league will receive an automatic spot in the team's starting lineup, while the other top vote getters will advance to phase 2 of voting. If an outfielder is a league's leading vote getter, only the next 4 outfielders finalists will move on to phase 2 to determine who starts the 2 remaining spots. Phase 2 will begin at noon Eastern on Monday, June 26th, and continue until noon Eastern on Thursday, June 29th. During the 72-hour window, fans can vote only once per 24-hour period on MLB platforms for whom they want to see in the Midsummer Classic. Vote totals of phase 1s don't carry over. Winners of each position, including 3 outfielders in each league, will be revealed on ESPN at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 29th. That is your information for the All-Star ballot. And you look at a game such as this and possible players that you would want to see advance or get some votes. Solano, Vasquez, Pagan, a really good outing from Pagan. Solano going 2 for 2. They're one of a kind. These are the type of games that can extend early on in the votes, and hopefully Minnesota this year gets a couple of votes coming your way. All right, let's take a look at Major League scores around the horn this afternoon, as there's only one game currently in progress. Final scores throughout Major League Baseball on this Thursday. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Milwaukee Brewers. Final score 3-1. The Mets sweep the Phillies 4-2. The Padres put up 10 digits over the Marlins 10-1. Arizona beats the Rockies 5-4. And the Red Sox come back in the late innings to beat the Reds 8-2. And then tonight's final was between the Twins and the Guardians, 7-6. The Twins win. The Angels are currently trailing the Astros in Houston 5-2 in the top of the ninth inning, as Shohei Ohtani is up to bat for the Angels. That is your out-of-town scoreboard. We'll take a look at the weekend actions here. A couple Apple TV games. Milwaukee Brewers and the Cincinnati Reds will kick things off at 5:10 at Great American Ballpark tomorrow night. Then we have the Oakland Athletics and Miami Marlins at 6:40. A 7:05 first pitch between the NL Central St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tomorrow at 7:05, we'll also see the Phillies and Washington Nationals. A 7:10 first pitch between the Rays and the Red Sox. Toronto Blue Jays and Mets will also have a 7:10. At 8:05 Eastern Time, first pitch between the Mariners and Rangers. The Angels and Astros will host Game 2 at 8:10, and also Kansas City Royals will host Colorado Rockies. The Cleveland Guardians and Minnesota Twins will be the second Apple TV game. First pitch is at 8:10, as well as Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. The Chicago Cubs head over to San Diego for a 4-game series. That is a free game of the day on MLB TV as Talion takes on Michael Wacha. At 9:40, we'll have the Atlanta Braves take on the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then the evening games at 10:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Yankees are over in LA to take on the Dodgers, as the Orioles are in San Francisco to take on the San Francisco Giants. Twins pick up the victory tonight. Final score is 7-6. This moves them up 2.5 games above first place, with the Detroit Tigers just behind them in second. The Twins moved to 30-27 with a 2-game winning streak, currently playing .500 baseball in the last 10 games. They moved to 17-12 at home. The Detroit Tigers are in second place, 2.5 games back. The Cleveland Guardians are in third. They moved to 25-31, 4.5 games back out of first place with a 1-game losing streak. They still remain a .500 baseball team over the last 10 games. They moved their road trip. They moved their road series 13-6, and they are currently 14-18 against teams above 500. In the AL Central, the Chicago White Sox will have a 7.5 games back of the Twins, as well as a 12.5 game back of the Twins with the Kansas City Royals, who are 17-39. That is your out-of-town scoreboard and your AL Central divisional updates. Coming up here next, we will give you our final thoughts and tomorrow's weekend and weekend series pitching matchups. So stay tuned. The post-game show will continue here on the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. What's going on, everyone? Justin here from the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to you, the listeners. That's right. Without you guys, none of this is possible. I would also like to take the time and invite you out to our merchandise page, thanks to T Public. Our merchandise page is where you can find all of our brandings from the throwing, which is currently active weekly, to the TNC Sports Talk official brands to either the prior shows that was part of the TNC Sports Talk Foundation. Within all the brandings, you can select T-shirts in both men and female sizes, apparel such as hoodies, kids onesies, kids T-shirts, phone cases, notebooks, coffee mugs. They have a vast majority. This is why I love T Public. And right now, if you spend $80 or more, you get free shipping. And so we want to invite you out to our merchandise page by heading on over to tpublic.com/user/TNC-sports-talk, or even use the QR code up in the right-hand corner. We want to thank you guys again, the listeners, for supporting us, and we hope to see you guys out wearing our merchandise. Want to invite people out to the TNC Sports Talk webpage, where you can catch all the highlights, information, news, everything going on with the TNC Sports Talk YouTube channel. Head on over to www.tncsportstalkshow.com, where you can find all the news and information regarding our brand. Subscribe to MLB TV for new low prices. Now only $119.99. Start your free trial now. Blackouts and restrictions apply. You could also sign up for the single team subscription for just $104.99. Tonight's ball game: Minnesota Twins beat the Cleveland Guardians 7-6. The Twins remain in first place, moving to 30-27, as the Guardians remain in third place, moving to 25-31. It was a fun game. Got to think about what the weekends to come, a divisional series. Very busy weekend here as we look ahead at tomorrow's game. Tomorrow's first pitch is at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's going to be available on Apple TV. We will have Aaron Savali on the mound, who's 1-for-1 with the 2.84 ERA, taking on Baylor Ober, 3-2 with the 2.68 ERA. Tomorrow night's game is a co-branded Prince Anthology t-shirt giveaway. So if you guys are in Minneapolis and want something to do for tomorrow night, check out the Guardians and the Twins. They'll be back Saturday with a Joe Ryan bobblehead. First pitch is at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Logan Allen for the Guardians on 2-2 with the 2.72 ERA will go up against Sonny Gray with 4-0 record with the 1.59. And to wrap up this 4-game series, the Guardians and the Twins will have a 3:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time kids arm sleeve giveaway, and Joe Ryan will get the nod for the mound for the Twins, who is 7-2 on the season, 2.77 ERA. Another guy who could potentially make it to this year's All-Star game in Seattle. Well, it was a fun game nonetheless. A lot of scoring going on. A total of 13 runs were scored and 19 hits with one error. This was what had to offer. I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't have necessarily wanted to call this game, but it turned out to be better than what was expected, and I really appreciate getting the opportunity to call this game. And normally the Central divisions aren't very exciting, but this one was very intriguing, and this would lead to a very interesting weekend, I believe, between the Guardians and the Twins. Guardians have a tendency of dominating the Twins the last couple of years, and the Twins are trying to find a way to hold up in first place for throughout the course of the season, and the Guardians are trying to find their path as we head into the month of June. Twins are 1-0, and the Guardians are 0-1, and we'll find out this weekend how this series prevails. I want to thank everyone who is tuning in and making us this listening to this ball game. It's given to you thanks to StreamYard Studio, create podcasts, videos, host virtual business meetings, and even conduct interviews. I want to give a shout out to Canva, where you can create videos, short videos, commercial breaks, overlay presentations. All thanks to Canva. Head to canva.com for more information. Also, want to give a big shout out to MLB.com for providing all the highlights, scores, and news information to be able to call this broadcast game accordingly. My name is Justin. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night and enjoy. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed this broadcast. We'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a good night.